I'm Jess, it's 1077 GNA, and I'm fangirling a little right now because I'm here with Brothers Osborne. Hey guys.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I am so excited for this show. When we heard that you guys were coming with Dirks, we had a mini party. At least I internally had a mini party because I wanted to see you guys live for the longest
nice.
time.
Oh, thank you.
So you haven't seen us live yet?
I have not.
Oh wow, well I hope we don't disappoint.
No way.
As they say, have low expectations, you'll always be surprised.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. I think the closest you guys came recently was the Dutchess County Fair, and I couldn't make it there.
Oh man.
And now you came to me.
Well, this is a great venue. So this is we played here with Miranda a few years ago, and this has been one of our favorite places to play. So it should be fun.
Have you guys done anything in Saratoga while you've been here?
No, we haven't been here very long.
Today, although I hear that the downtown area is awesome.
Yeah, Doughboys. Like if anyone, it's like this pizza dough, cream cheese, chicken deliciousness.
That sounds delicious. Literally, I'm getting hungry. As
yeah,
I know,
you
me
need
too.
to go. You need to go.
Where is it?
It's right in downtown. It's like the thing everyone goes to
Really?
after the bars.
Okay.
You have 1 or 2 or 7 or 8.
And the races are this week too, right?
Yeah. There is. We have, I think, I don't know, in Dark Day, I think it's Tuesday. You can go either, I think it's just ending soon. I'm not a huge horse racing person. I usually just go
Well,
and see
hopefully
the
we'll have
horses.
a lot of people out here from the race. People are having fun.
Probably.
Want to party. I like your ring.
Thank you so much. You guys are so complimentary. I love this. It's so great.
You dressed up, you look nice. We just rolled out of bed and threw some boots and black jeans on.
Yeah, but I get to talk to you guys sitting on a comfy couch, and you guys actually have to do the hard work and go and perform tonight. So.
Oh, that's the fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
We love performing. It's really interesting the way our lives are, because what we do most of is traveling, and that's the only part that kind of sucks. I mean, you're like always on a bus and planes, and you're on the go. Let's go, go, go all the time. When we actually stop, this is the fun part. We're here. We get to go out on stage and perform, and when the shows are at their best is when we are having just as much fun as the fans are and the people out in the audience. So we can all kind of collectively have a good time together. That's the most fun.
We heard a lot of buzz, so I know they're going to have a good time out there because doors open at 6, beer starts at 6, so you know it's going to be great by the time you get there.
Hopefully the beer starts before 6.
I mean,
pre-gaming.
Let's be real, probably.
I mean, it will for us. I know that.
I mean, I can't say whether or not it will for me, but whiskey happens, whiskey happens.
That's right.
I mean, that's how I live life.
Business.
Right. So I think the biggest story about you guys lately is about the amazing thing you did for your mom. First off, how's she doing?
She's great, thank you.
That's awesome. I come from a single mom, so moms are very important to me.
Oh yeah, moms are important to everybody,
They're
whether you know it or not. They obviously we wouldn't be here without them.
That's so true. They're a big part of that.
Yeah, they're a big part of our existence, like literally a part.
Literally.
But she's doing great. You know, she had a triple bypass, a couple months ago, and she's recovered very well. And we bought her a house actually around that time, and we were going to surprise her, but she had to go in for emergency heart surgery. So we held on to this house for like a month and a half.
Oh wow! How do you keep that secret?
Well, we're so busy. It's easy for us to. We forgot that we even had that house for a while. And then we brought her down and surprised her, and she's actually going to be moving down this week. So
okay.
Yeah, we're happy to have her.
You guys going to help move, or you have any break from this?
A little bit, yeah. We have some family that's coming down from Delaware where she lives now, some relatives, some cousins and stuff. They're going to help her move, and we'll help while we're in town as well.
That was such a beautiful video that is such a surprising her. That was so sweet. If I could do that for my mom, I know you guys said that was something that you wanted to be able to do. If I could do that for my mom, that's a dream for me.
Yeah, we're lucky that we're in a position that we can do that. I think everyone would want to do something like that. And they raised us to be the people that we are and supported us and got us to this point in our lives and career. And so the least that we could do is get her in a nice spot, to live.
And nearby.
Nearby.
Which is awesome.
Very near, yeah.
And obviously because of that, family's very important to you and your brothers. So it got me thinking, does being brothers make it easier or harder to be musicians together?
I think it makes it, I think it makes it easier in the fact that because like if anyone who has siblings, you can just, you'll come right out and say it. We don't really beat around the bush. There's no, there's no confusion what we're talking about, or we will just instantly, if something's aggravating us or we don't like it, we just say it, as opposed to like letting it kind of smolder and fester into a bigger problem.
You also have to worry.
Plus, us having the success that we're having, it makes it all the more fun to be going through, having someone to share it with and go through the same experience.
There are days where we can pick up each other's slack because it's hard. I mean, it's fun. It's a fun business, but there are days where you can hardly get out of bed. You're exhausted. So it's good to have someone there that you've known your whole life to be like, just to kind of pick up the weight a little bit. And we both do that on different days. And don't know, it's helpful. I don't know how anyone could do this on their own. I have a lot of respect for people that do, because it's hard, even just the two of us. Two 6'4" dudes struggle with it. So, but yeah, it is easier for sure.
And you guys are one of my favorite Twitter followers. Which one of you usually runs most of that, or do you split it in half?
John does the majority of it. Even yesterday, it really started off that way because we would both tweet and we would like be kind of stepping on each other's toes without realizing it. And we actually did it yesterday. Someone had corrected us that we had tagged the wrong Dirk Bentley.
There's like a bajillion fake accounts for every artist now.
That's the worst, right?
So annoying.
So you tagged the wrong one, and then I deleted that and then fixed it and put the right one up. But then I replied to her like, thanks for the heads up, and then I realized right after that John had already replied to her, so there was two different two replies for the same thing. It just gets really, really confusing and dumb looking. So I just stay out of the way.
Yeah.
And I know something you guys tweeted, I think it was there a couple days ago, where you said something about someone's trying to put something on Twitter doesn't change anyone's opinion, pretty much.
Well, it's just memes, you know.
Yeah,
it's
hilarious.
When you're looking at political memes, it's like either a picture of Donald Trump making a stupid face and it's a meme, or a picture of Barack Obama making a stupid face and it's a meme, and it's like, who cares? No one's going to see this and be like, you know, you had a really good point. I was Democrat or Republican my whole life, but until now, like, this changed everything for me.
Right.
So no one cares, and I don't know. I found it kind of to be annoying and distasteful, even though we're quite political.
Right,
I think political memes are so dumb. It only makes you look like an idiot if you have to articulate your point through a stupid meme. Then maybe you should just shut up.
That's a good point. But I was going to mention that you guys do not hide your opinion on Twitter, and people have a problem with that. So, and using that, you know, you're not obviously trying to change someone's opinion. So why is it important to you to put your opinion on Twitter?
Well, it depends. I mean, you know, it's weird because ultimately what we do, people they want musicians to, you know, they come out here tonight, for example, to kind of forget about all the noise and turn it off and just kind of experience the music. But then they're also, one of the things we have is trying to be the voice for people that don't have one. And John and I grew up in a town that was extremely conservative. All of our friends are, and so I think, you know, we kind of can relate to the people that are also from very small rural towns and are country people that, you know, there's tons of other people that speak out very pro-gun or whatever it is all the time in country music, and no one has a problem with that until you say something that maybe contradicts and makes people think another way. But there's a lot of people out there that don't have anyone that is a voice for them, and we try to do that and try to do it tastefully. We do know that, I mean, it is simply our opinion. And also, you know, another thing that I personally like about it is we are in this world where everyone is so inflamed that they just don't say anything ever. And you kind of never really know where anyone stands with anything. Like, I like knowing kind of what artists that I love and I get invested in, whether, not necessarily politics, but at least knowing what they are and what they stand for. Otherwise, it just kind of comes across disingenuous and really is kind of, I mean, if you don't say anything, I feel like you're just simply a sellout. I mean, because at that point, for us to speak up, it does have an effect where it is really a selfless thing. I mean, we have nothing to gain by doing it other than hopefully trying to speak up for someone out there who doesn't have a voice, and it gets us in trouble sometimes. But ultimately, I think people also, I know everyone just hates on Twitter, but and I think it is nice. You know, I think people do find it refreshing, at least that we stand for something.
Yeah, and we're open books. We've always been that way, you know, and when you get to know us, it's like, it doesn't matter who you are. We have so many friends that are liberal, we have so many friends that are conservative, and we love them all the same. We're very close people because we don't hide anything from each other. We're honest with each other, and we can go into some political discourse for a while and then share a beer and talk about, you know, baseball and tell like dirty fart jokes all in the same conversation, and we're like best friends, and it doesn't matter. It's just we want people to know who we are, where we come from, what we're about, and but we also want people to know that we are like the most loving and accepting people on the earth.
You even try to make a joke sometimes. You're like, it's just funny, and then people somehow they just get so in an uproar and just mad. You're like, wait, that wasn't even my point. Like, you're the one that's saying that, not me.
I think you guys need to share more dirty fart jokes. I think that's what
we have no shame.
You guys need to share more of those on Twitter.
It goes all over the place. John does, although to jump off of the political digression, John does have a really good philosophy or kind of a rule for tweeting, is that you write down in your notes the tweet that you think is funny or whatever it is, and just sit on it for the night.
Save it as the draft.
And if you wake up the next day and you still think it's funny, then post it.
That's a great
especially
idea.
if you've been drinking. Because I woke up the next morning to like a bunch of replies to a stupid tweet I made when I was drunk. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, or it came across wrong, you know, just because we're not our best selves when we're drinking, even though we think we are.
Yeah, we do think we are.
Yes, we do. Yeah, so I've learned the draft function. You can type the tweet out, save it as a draft. Yeah, wake up the next day, and if it's not too terribly offensive and it's still funny, yeah.
They know a lot of people that should probably run with that. That's a good rule.
Yeah.
It's a good rule to have. So last question I have to mention about Port St. Joe came out on 4/20. You guys get a lot of questions about pot and weed and does that bother you?
I mean, that was totally just, we did not pick that day. It was literally a date that the Universal picked. We were supposed to come out in 4/27, but then Keith Urban was releasing his record then, and they didn't want him to land on the same day. So they were like, guys, we got to move the date. We thought, oh God, here we go. They're going to move it like 4 months delayed. And they actually moved it up a week, and we were like, cool. And they were like, oh my God, that's 4/20. It's amazing. And it's just been a lot of weird coincidences like that. Like Weed Whiskey Willie on our record is 4 minutes and 20 seconds long. And once again, that wasn't planned either. It just kind of happened. But, you know, in country music, and we do our fair share of talking about drinking, but, you know, I think, you know, it's just talk about smoking too.
It's one of those things.
Yeah. I mean, I think smoking pot these days is like, if you have a problem with it, you're just super ill-informed, or your anger and frustration is horribly misguided. It just makes no sense. And it's amazing how much country music has embraced smoking pot. And I think it's great. I think we have Willie Nelson to thank for that, because everybody wants to be Willie Nelson. Like, I don't think there's a person in the world that doesn't love Willie Nelson. And he is, you know, characteristically one of the biggest potheads in existence.
Doesn't matter.
He shows it doesn't matter. He's a brilliant man. He stands for good. He works really hard. It hasn't hindered his playing. And, you know, it's just fine. So we're entering kind of a new era of understanding when it comes to pot, that it's not a drug. There's some horrible drugs in the world, and if you classify that with those drugs, it gives it the appearance that those drugs are as good as something like marijuana. So we have to separate those things. We have to show that it's something that's to be talked about openly without any shame or any worry, because it's just pot, man. I mean, come on.
I've never been in a bar fight when I was really stoned.
No.
Take a nap.
Yeah.
And eat
I've eaten a lot of snacks, though.
I just say, excuse me, and I'm really sorry. Oh.
Yeah, I'm the most non-confrontational dude in the world.
Just give me snacks and give me a corner and a couch.
Yeah, someone will step on my toe and I'll apologize to them. That's the power of marijuana.
World peace. It'll bring world peace. You never know.
Exactly. It does in our camp.
As interesting and fascinating as it says, I wish I could talk to you all night, but you do have to get out and perform at some point tonight.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Eventually. Tickets are still available. They can come see you, Lanco, Dirks, Bentley here tonight at SPAC. Thanks, guys, for a couple minutes. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I cannot wait. It's 107.7 GNA.